There are 5 requirements that must be satisfied before revenue from sale of goods can be recognized. The first 2 requirements are basically the recognition criteria. The first is that revenue needs to be reliably measured, and the second is that the flow of economic benefits must be probable. Consider Daniel, a car dealership owner who sources his cars from Germany. He is responsible for the transport costs associated with getting the cars from Germany to his showroom floor in Australia. In January, Jake signed a purchase agreement with Daniel for a new Racer Car X. The purchase price is $21,000. In terms of the recognition criteria, Daniel's revenue can be reliably measured at $21,000. The flow of economic benefits is probable since Daniel has signed purchase agreement with Jake. Thus, the general recognition criteria has been satisfied. The next requirement is that risks and rewards associated with ownership must transfer to the purchaser. If there were no Racer X cars in stock at the time Jake signed the purchase agreement, Daniel would have to order one from Germany, which would take about a month to reach Australia by sea. Daniel is still responsible for the car during the shipping. That is, if the ship carrying the car sinks, or there is damage to the car while it is being transported to the showroom in Australia, Daniel would be responsible for the costs. Therefore, as Daniel bears the cost of damages during transportation, he is not transferred the risks and rewards over to Jake in January. Thus, the sale of the car cannot be recognized in January. The next requirement is that the entity must not have any managerial involvement or control over the goods. So once the car arrives safely at the showroom floor in Australia and Daniel hands over the keys to Jake, he is effectively handing over control of the car. Jake is now responsible for the risks and rewards associated with ownership. That is, if he is in an accident while driving home from Daniel's dealership, he would be responsible for the costs. Further, he now also has full control over the vehicle. That is, he can decide when to drive it, where to park it, who can use it, and so forth. The final requirement is that costs associated with the sales can be reliably measured. In Daniel's case, the cost of having the Racer Car X manufactured can be reliably measured since he would receive an invoice from his supplier in Germany. Therefore, this requirement is also satisfied. To recap, there are 5 requirements that must be satisfied before revenue from sale of goods can be recognized.